recording this.
He doesn't understand, man.
You hit record. We're all on screen. It doesn't matter.
It's recording now.
Okay.
As soon as we do this,
We're recording. Okay. All right. So, Stolle, fucking bring it. Brother, do it.
A little over the shoulder for good luck.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall. Hi, welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall. We have no title for this. This is literally a test of something new that we have never done before. So, I'm not going to call this a Breaking the Wall show like in tinfoil hat or whatever else. This is literally just, let's see if this even fucking works. Joining me for the first time in God knows how long is the actual to Breaking the Fourth Wall. We have returning from his Tinseltown days, Mr. Don Smith.
What's happening?
Rocking a Fu Manchu.
I forgot. Get it right.
Rocking Fu Manchu while you right now that was part Ernest P. Orr, part Bill Cosby after getting caught flipping something into a drink, Mr. Colin Washburn.
Ernest P. Oral.
Ernest P. Tell me that was oral. Join.
Hey, you order this pizza, Bird?
Also joining us is the lovely Serenity Stone, and this is her idea, so if it sucks, blame her.
give it all to me, baby.
There you go. And speaking of giving it all to everybody, if this video gets taken down or we get blackballed from fucking like something, and blame Mr. What's your effing himself, Mr. Christopher Rudder. Sorry, I don't know.
Man, it's been a fucking crazy year since the last time that we all got together and did all this shit, man. If we pull down, it's probably because immediately because the name's tagged into it. And I'm sorry for that if that's the way it happens, but you know, it is what it is.
Well,
I'm here to tell the truth or make fun of somebody who thinks they're telling the truth on this.
Let's be fair. I have to be fair here. I mean, podcast, I'm pretty much doing you are, so it's really kind of a flip of a coin of which one.
And you know, once you get put in Facebook jail for the first time for 30 days, or have your Twitter taken away, and you have to show source material, then we could compare notes on it. That's something I've had to go through a whole bunch, but. What you're doing right now, man, that's something that we talked about. And I was like, fuck, take you can just did fuck what anybody thinks. And your views will you what's up there. And it's working out good for our show. You know, fuck it. If you're speaking what other people feel, they're gonna fucking feel it. It is what it is.
Have you watched the new one?
So somebody take your Twitter away.
That's it. Did you watch the new one?
I watched your latest take on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I watched your take on Joe Rogan, and I watched the one before that where you did the intro show of it. I listened to it, and what you did with the Joe Rogan special. I think what you're doing is actually smart because you're doing snippet content. You're doing 20, 25 minute, 30 minute content as opposed to what I'm doing, which is like 2 or 3 hours at a time.
Right.
I've gone back and forth on this, and Serenity's been with me on many shows. And I've like, you know, it'd be great to take one of these 3-hour recordings and break it up 5-day episode. The way we go back and forth, there would be no continuity back and forth on so much shit. And you're taking one topic and zeroing in on it. I think that's smart, bro. I really do.
To be fair, my shows might be longer if I had somebody to talk to. When it's just me blabbing off, you know what I mean? I say what I say and I'm done.
Well, you know, I thought the same thing. And the first couple episodes, like I have Serenity come on for a couple of shows, and I have a guest come on for another show. Then I do a couple of solos, and what I find myself doing on the solo shows, because I'm so used to doing long form, that I still end up going for the fucking hell with everything. So it doesn't really matter if somebody, you can just break it, and I can say for a long fucking if I'm in talking to myself for a long time.
All right. Well, enough.
I'm just making sure we're in the same loony
Yeah,
bin here.
no, we're
'cause I
totally
thought
on
I
the
was
same.
okay.
And nothing goes because we all know Chris
And,
Rudder
you
is
know, I
kicking
don't
my
do
ass.
video, and you do video.
Because I love hate related.
I found that
It's
you know
for
you keep permanently banned, so I just gave up on it and pursued other ways. So it
Okay.
is what it is. But I mean, fucking just find your way and go.
Speaking
fucking,
of,
we'll deal with this here in a minute.
Speaking of, hello to all our Rumble viewers. You know,
Oh,
Get yourself on News too, bro. On Newsy and and Rumble and Newsy. They definitely accept a lot of this kind of content, and we could definitely do a whole lot more of
oh,
this.
sorry.
And,
I wasn't even hit there.
all right, for
yeah,
people.
you're forgetting your handle, bro. That's fucked up. So
Sorry, I didn't want everyone to see what I was drinking. I'm not cheap or anything.
Well, we
we're
don't
not
want to see what you're
naming
drinking.
ourselves or anything.
Not
We-
sponsorship.
We don't want censorship rights. There's a reason movies have like made up
Don't
labels.
pay us. Fuck them.
But for everybody that's checking out this
Yeah,
video,
no, I mean, if you look at
Okay, so wait, stop. I'm out. We are totally doing something awesome tonight. Okay, all of us are gonna watch something completely we have not watched before. On the flip of a dime, we're gonna just go with it.
we just came up with it 3 or 4 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Captain Hook. That's my bro. That's what's up.
Captain Morgan.
Yeah, that's
man.
Captain Morgan.
Well, yeah, Morgan Hook, whatever the fuck.
This was like what?
That's what's up. Don's going to go get a drink. So while he's getting that drink, let's go ahead and discuss this because this is all preamble to the show. Like we came up with this on a dime like 3 days ago. Like,
Yep.
hey, what if because we in the fourth wall as like a news group and movies, TV reviews, like all of these different kind of ideas mishmashed into one deal, and it's like, why not have 4 or 5 people with unique personalities watch something and then everybody comment on it, kind of reminiscent of the old 90s days on USA where they had this mystery science. And so it's like, this is like something, I don't know if anybody else, I'm sure a lot of other people have tried to do it, but trying to keep a whole bottle. That's what's up, Don Smith. You are a big ass, hairy, winning American machine. That's what's up.
Stolle
Bow down
should
to
be
the master.
promoting Stolle.
There you go.
Stolle, that is a very specific Midwest drink for people who do not know. You don't get that everywhere in the United States. But anyways, that's the former bartender and me
Well,
talking.
yeah, everybody
But I think
puts
that this is
Tito now, and it's garbage.
You know, I am a current bartender. Myself is very tender.
Yeah, you are very tender. While we're
Well, you've been sticking that bottle in the wrong hole.
This is going to be something.
That was
I
last
think-
week.
Oh, okay.
I think while we're doing this is going to be something that's very unique where we have a lot of people from different parts of the country, different personalities, and we're going to be able to talk about something. Because some of these shows that we're going to watch are going to end up being, to some of us, like super fucking funny and silly, and some of us are going to take it super fucking serious. Because there's going to be some shows where my tinfoil hat's going to be on, and I'm going to be like, look, motherfucker. But at the same time, other people are going to laugh at me. You know, and I think this is like one of those kind of,
myself.
depending on which one you're
Put it
drinking.
covered. But you laugh at me.
But
I
you do.
said mermaids are real, and you're all laughing at me. So
No, they've washed up on the fucking ocean. They've washed up on the beaches of
See?
Florida and the Bahamas. We have seen these things. We'll talk about them fucking later. I promise you. Anyways, I'm not going to go on the hype man mode. Chris, this is your shit.
Well, you do know what you've just
without
brought.
further ado,
You do know. Before we start the show, I will say this before we start the show behind you. You know you brought this on us here. You compared what we're to try to Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is on Netflix, by the way. So we're going to wind up Mystery Theater 3000, Science Theater.
You're going to get fined or down, which means you'll have a new way to. And fucking kudos to you, motherfuckers. Fucking
We'll be on the fucking dark web.
That's right. And if you find us, we will happily send you the fines that got us kicked off of the light web.
It's rated by also the guys, $750 each.
There you-
So go ahead and kick this fucking motherfucker off here and see what's happening.
All right.
I'm going to turn it up as loud as I can without waking up everybody in the neighborhood. Can everybody hear?
Yeah.
World War in May 1940, but it was to be several months later before the most horrific conflict in human history reached a conclusion. In August, the U.S. military dropped nuclear bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
And my cat's dropping bombs right now behind me.
On the steps of 29th, 1949, triggering the onset of the tense 40-year nuclear standoff between Russia and the
I don't
United
think your cat
States.
did that.
You'd be surprised. Smell what I'm smelling right now.
When this problem so easy to resolve, and we got on the same page, and it was like, oh, okay, great. Yeah, you're communist, we're capitalist, but that's fine. You help win the war. Let's work together.
Man, Flea has really let himself go.
What happened? Trillions of modern dollars were spent on building 70,000
You say
nuclear
Sting?
organs and nuclear submarines, putting them on launch pads underwater, so that you could be dead 12 seconds after the war began.
It'd be a short war.
Yeah.
Push my buttons.
On the verge of another deadly conflict, these series of nuclear tests were preceded by astonishing events. Events that raised a completely different kind of concern and helped precipitate the creation of many top-secret projects. Projects which have remained top secret until now.
All right, who jerked
You
the...
have God damn it, from me. We have to oh, first of all, have you noticed something older generation where they call Hiroshima?
Right.
Why is it all of Hiroshima? And second of all, why in the fuck did all of this shit happen and then all of a sudden we had Godzilla movies, motherfucker?
Hard, shake it harder. Here we go.
There it goes.
These Japanese fuckers knew what they were talking.
They tried to turn it into a poo-poo
We're
platter.
just in the intro, motherfuckers.
That's nice.
It's so crazy. Wife about the idea of this show. This is the intro. I don't want to infringe her rule. I told my wife about the idea of this show, and she's like, "You're gonna go fucking nuts on all this shit." I was like, "No, I'm not." Well, here I am. I'm about to go fucking nuts. I'm going off camera.
There you go. Blue Book Unknown.
In the skies above Washington State, close to Mount Rainier, private pilot
Had a Honda that was the same way. Blue Book Unknown.
Account led to the quickly determined monster of this, as popular descriptions were unidentified.
Because Frizz already
What about
copyrighted.
flying newspaper?
Most notorious July 1947, Roswell, New Mexico.
This is the beginning of Roswell.
I thought that was a button that flew off my work pants the other day.
I'm about fucking.
We know it, man. That was me.
That's a fucking unboxing.
In the box.
Right in.
Throw it into the water.
In the case of Vulture, man.
It's the night.
Any aluminum in 19 fucking.
Okay, wait.
Didn't even have aluminum, motherfucker.
Too much of that. I hope he didn't break any of his shit, but that's fucking funny.
Chair fell over.
Okay. From this point on in the edit, there will be a technical difficulty screen up.
We are having technical.
Oh, fuck no. Just on him.
That was awesome. That was so awesome.
I'm about to flip off. I'm about to flip the fuck out. I promise you. All right, hang on.
Okay, wait, stop. No, okay. Okay, my grandmother, who just passed away, she was 105. I'm racist. This all happened. So my grandmother told me a shit ton of stories about what they really found.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Be
Keep going,
careful.
Chris.
This motherfucker, I swear.
They always find the trailer trash to talk, don't they?
Perhaps at its core, why it has really resonated throughout the years is that it was the first time and perhaps only time the United States Air Force, maybe they're still called Army Air Force at the time, realized particle that's captured a flying saucer.
And that newspaper report.
You're the average. You tell the world.
Truman held his everybody their breath.
Politically, it's informally the moment to remain for space.
Has anybody from MK Ultra?
Yes.
If the press wants
And
on
it's beer.
Yeah, I think,
Some
Yeah.
Michelob beer. I've heard that.
but it's
Low
the
carb.
it's the food stamp version of Michelob.
Major customers to release immediately. The information about the crash of an extraterrestrial vessel that had been prematurely released to the public. How UFO
They say premature release. Heard that.
Pause a second, Chris. Yeah,
Oh, but
I'm about to totally flip what God did.
no, I got a question for everybody. If it goes and it be like advanced intelligence, are they all alcoholics? How do they fucking? It's like, yeah,
Oh,
mention.
wait.
So there's a theory on this.
Right? Okay.
Theory on this. Class, whenever they come past Jupiter and they come past Mars, they interact with their flight controls, like the chamber. So, the magnetic if their altitude, their deltitude, left, one thing is whenever you see different magnetic
I think-
fields as you're flying
I think
past
it-
different
a
planets.
pilot flies into a plane. Could have fun.
Yeah, I think
Why you have control.
Like close
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
not like your airplane and you can
Flying out their airplanes, because there was no
I still think
more than one
your guys' explanation is bullshit. I think between Jupiter and Mars, I think there's an little there's an actual fucking lick into it. They're picking up some.
If you think about it, now this is just like me. I'm going to be serious for a minute.
Totally.
That's what I do.
That's what you do.
right?
About us and our limited space flight and how much it takes our asses to get out of our atmosphere and how often we crash coming back in. I mean,
That's actually a very
aliens are taking off. The aliens are taking off from a planet with a different fucking Mars. They're probably count to come in to go. Oh,
They only have like a 35-year. Sorry, they have a 35-year life cycle. So like,
if they
when
wouldn't
they're
crash,
12,
they
Yeah.
might longer.
Might live.
right? But they might just be young.
Right, yeah,
You're still car keys.
5 years since.
exactly. Because they're hitting.
Yes, yeah.
And they need somewhere.
In the past 30 years since
Movies
Challenger,
are closed.
there have been 17 near and post-space explosions of rockets of manned flight.
Can
Right.
you repeat that? I've been.
Since the Challenger explosion, whenever the teacher
Right.
was
Yeah.
getting ready to go up in space, when everybody had us, whenever I was in middle school, the teacher was like, "This is such a proud
We're going
moment.
to
We're
space."
getting ready to have a I'm going to go up
In fact-
in 17 in space."
Fun theory, the explosion
Yes.
happened on my birthday,
Now,
29th.
how old were you?
I don't
Okay.
fucking AIDS. It's like
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't born until 1995, so I have no clue.
Oh goddamn! Here we go.
Graduated
When
high
you're
school in
talking about
95.
something like this,
We're watching.
different people have died in space or died while they're being lifted off, and it does not get reported. There was supposedly, okay, if you look at in Project, there were 16 manned space flights before we landed. 16.
If we landed on the moon in 1969.
We landed on the
We did not.
moon.
It was-
We landed. Look, in for nothing.
Okay.
In the 80s, we had a music video called "Money for Nothing." Cool. Graph for 1960 because we can't create shit back
Yes.
then.
Did you ever know
But-
they're Neil? Watch it
If
again.
you
You'll
actually-
see.
If you actually video Arizona, you will actually see that they bounce on those the same way they did on the moon, and they put a black drop on them. But that's besides the point. Let's look at these helium balloons.
Weather balloons. That was an excuse for.
He's been okay.
Okay.
He was just at the coast.
I'm pretty sure he did a lot of coke before he started this.
I got box seats in NASCAR for this.
UFO, the flying saucer phenomena gets out of the bag, and people across the country
What'd you
are
say?
afraid, like a war of the world scenario, that we're going to have laser ships destroying society. That means the Air Force has failed in creating this sense of safety amongst the populace.
The Air Force failed.
Given the sources mentioned to the investigate the UFO phenomenon,
Go.
the foundations were laid for the creation of the Hispanic government UFO monitoring program.
Project.
Was to everything like so every 3 meaning that he said that we have to be before 1970. When did we supposedly land on the moon? December 3rd of 1969. We had to beat them in that space. We were able to produce that element around.
July.
July, whenever that nobody actually live. It's kind of like we saw JFK get killed live on TV. It didn't happen. That shit did not come out for like 6 months, but everybody misplaces it, thinking that they saw it live on TV. No, you fucking
because that's what we're used to now.
right. And the same thing with the moon landing. Whenever that actually happened, we saw that as post video, and it was actually put up 3 months before JFK said that we would actually do it. And TV production, we landed on the moon 3 times since then, but we did not do it at the time that they said we did. Armstrong actually went up there. That's the reason he will punch a motherfucker in the face if you say he didn't. But the other guys are all fucking dead. They do interviews and they won't. None of
Just say that JFK was.
No.
He's dead.
Broadcasting.
Yeah, happened live. All the videos you've seen were actually released 6 months afterwards.
But how
The
will
hour
it not
happened
get
when
out?
it.
It happened when it happened. Right. That's
It's more like this moment
Okay.
right here. People will watch it later, but we are here doing this live.
right. This is what you're
Are you good? Are you good?
Ready.
Can we
I'm
go
good.
back to David Attenborough?
Here we go. Bam.
Go for it.
By the United States Air Force, and it was the best known of the 3 UFO research and investigation programs.
Love when America does.
With Stolle, and then evolving into Project Grudge. Project Blue Book was, I think, a genuine investigate UFO sightings and come to some sort of assessment.
Project Grudge was actually a bipartisan project of MK.
The grunge.
I pour through.
As much evidence for the craft, report of the craft, he was inside the craft. People were taken inside the craft and being shown. So
With dude, a pixie stick.
Stolle has actually been disputed and actually he's put out, have actually been brought down since he's actually put out major articles. So people bring him in, media he writes actually gets ignited anymore.
Yeah.
Against this, and the next band, the creation of Project Blue Book.
The newborn team is about to face a spectacular round with the nation's
Because we have a lot of people
911 for this.
Right.
Overwatch DC overloaded the 911 for that.
Right, and they call a big meeting for the fucking
That's
people
right.
that was before.
And then shit happened.
Look, that was Nancy finally.
No, nothing about Nancy Pelosi's that bright.
She was
They
3
kicked her
years
out.
from being elected at this time.
They kicked. Oh, they're like, fuck it here.
Well,
Oh, that's the video of my life.
I'm sure that's the computer. I've either.
I think it is.
It's fucking live, Don.
It showed 3 months later. That's live.
He reported to his superior. It was also confirmed
None of theirs.
Oh, dead.
Air Force Base. Airmen all sightings.
Fire.
Pilot was checked now.
Bill Arrows, he was actually a very known publicist and editorial all the way up, very well known. You would think of most favorite in time or
Right.
Fireball. It was
Like his,
just like
I need a drink.
Was only made aware of it.
Sure.
Object passed over the building. 94 Starfire jet fighters were scrambled from Andrews. But
They were sold.
Wait. Stop. Okay. So, when they just did that whole and then was that like what they say
No.
real footage? Or
That
was
is not
like,
real. That's not real footage.
Okay. The contrast from my screen since it's
So what you're getting ready to almost show is ready to talk about the leak. That's it.
I'm sure ask viewers.
That news that they showed their calls 911 at night, which shut down the whole 911 system and almost brought out the National Guard because 911. Yeah, they scrambled almost out the National Guard, but they held them back so that way the thousand falls would be given credence. This is the beginning of
wait.
Project Ultra.
Okay, but like, it's a good thing they bring us with a war.
Well, it's like the same thing when it actually happened. I for Joe, he was out in the desert,
Yeah.
but
He
I
did not.
swear there's like half fucking eyewitnesses.
And I
But at the
guess
same time-
they couldn't. Was it okay if it was so?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
good.
Yeah.
Kill.
Doesn't sound like great at all.
at the scene, unidentified craft appearing lights. Albert and denied reported threats.
My plane.
Keep
That's
here.
around him, but that's not right now.
Last, the unknown objects on the radar were moving feeds 150 to 1,000 per hour.
Like, bleep to the next bleep, and from the bleep, they could like measure speed and.
There is a math equation based on the squares that they come from. It's not how they're actually record the sound as moving from sound to the next, because we can only record.
I heard
Or
that.
with your-
Okay.
What
Make
is?
sure you measurably and don't look at the fucking sound.
I have a serious question. Because of the limitation, because of the limitation of visual and radar, what is the actual speed for breaking the sound barrier?
6 miles per.
So shouldn't these things be popping like bottle rockets and counting sound barriers that go over 7,000 miles per
Well,
hour?
if they're moving faster than that, if they're moving faster than that, and that's all you can record, then the theory is you can record where they started and where they ended, but not in between. Record live. 1950s.
Right, because they them to plaid.
Ludicrous. Yeah.
So recording light is much more than the 50s. In this case, 50s, so it's much easier to explain to their explaining is far beyond even a motherfucker.
Right, because you're talking about the American public. You damn, nigga.
Damn, to this they believe in fates. So they believed in fucking,
Been down swamps?
Like,
I'm sure heading those swamps.
I was this is no different. Yeah, this is different than fuckers like how fucking
Never
believe
watched
it.
Duck Dynasty beer.
People investigating the control and which UFO encountered themselves. The jet being circled or nature was so
I gave it to her.
control was not
Name
from
red.
to flights of fancy or okay. Yeah, so they actually called the book. They said what they scrambled fighter jets to shoot these things down.
They go 7,000.
Diverting and
Right.
we're outing them to what we see in the news. The Rosa is also making news. So it's a
Go ahead.
chase.
God damn it! I'm about to strut.
And she's doing it.
Motherfuckers have talked about so much shit that has been in science, where it's been actually debunked so seriously. At the end of it, whenever you read Project Blue Book and Ultra, it's like take that. So it's and the problem with looking at this shit, like there's the left and the right, and in the it's like not lying. They saw what they saw. At the end of the right, or they got told they didn't really.
Hey, Chris, who did that?
Everything.
Are
Bunked along.
just gonna go over the fact that this guy sounds like the fucking rep says Mowage.
He's been debunked several times. This guy has been really fucked up a lot.
Looks like that's out.
It was really boring at the two.
Pentagon, and they understand for public along with answers about the sightings.
This video briefing by FLIA for 40 years,
But
until
it happened,
1999.
right?
Happened live, and it was, yeah,
Not now.
it happened. You can find it again. You could look back in 95. Yeah.
He looked, he just shit on.
It showed up live on TV, and then we could archive like 45 years. It shit all the time in the 50s and 60s and 70s.
Big paw, Chris. It looks like he's on us.
Bob Lazar, just like Bob Lazar, whenever he created that rocket car and did all of that shit and involved with what that metal was actually called, but all of his stuff was completely erased from history until him and Jeremy LeBar actually fucking put it on Joe Rogan. It took like 25 years. And it actually happened, and it was erased from history. People interviewed him,
so he's
all this
Jewish?
shit. This is another one of those instances. This is not the fucking goddamn
Did you
Holocaust.
measure his feet? Is that
Very
guy looks like
He's
he's
erased
doing
from
a 50s
history.
instructional video.
Show me your papers, Jew.
It's a it's doing Trinity with Nippleberg.
Who are seeing incredible things that you can't explain.
Does anybody have any thoughts on the Whoopi Goldberg shit?
Yeah, she's an idiot.
You motherfucker.
Shit, I don't.
She's an idiot.
Wait, okay, so
I'm
I
excited.
speak of,
She has a 2-week
what?
suspension.
for Holocaust comments.
Mhm.
Yes, for denying the Holocaust.
Fuck that. She should
What
talk
does
to
that mean,
Sarah.
a
Start-
holocaust?
Hated with race. And like, okay,
Oh.
so you're
Did
suspended for 2
did
weeks.
you hear
whereas
her?
Roseanne Barr was like, "Fuck you, faggots," and she's gone for.
Did you hear up before on and went on? Yeah, and she went on cat and reiterated by turning around saying, "Look, the reason I based my opinion is that if I was standing next to a person in the K crew, they would ignore him because you can't tell he's Jewish, but they could tell I'm Black. That was her justification for.
Right.
Okay,
Which-
no, wait. It was blonde hair, blue eyes.
Right.
So even if you were Jewish, but you had blonde hair, blue eyes, then you were part of the Aryan race and you would
That's the
live.
reason they got to wear the
So,
big A
it's-
or whatever, right?
The star.
Big star.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so my family, as you know, my like this would ring 100.
Yeah. We've argued. Yeah.
100 what?
I'll keep comments to myself.
99 at. Oh, so
Like he's
Oscar-
that is. Like
Yeah. Okay, so we'll put it away. Anything past my grandfather, my dad's dad, him over here, erased. Okay. Mormon and find this.
we'll find
shit.
God.
Mormon.
Okay, I have a hat right here, and I will look into this hat and what he said. Okay. So,
I've got a whole episode.
Oh, not
Use that.
germs.
I got this. Well, let's go.
Here we go.
I'm
Any
watching.
of this except
We're only 13 minutes into the episode.
We will make.
A relatively incredible thing.
Kind of like weekend episodes.
That we now,
This was perhaps the only time in history when the military commander of a global superpower issued a public response to documented UFO sightings and admitted that it was at a loss to explain them. It was the first official admission that extraterrestrial craft of superior maneuverability had been observed.
How many things I could stop.
Christ. Now Don's looking like over here.
Nuclear weapons can endanger their planet and undiscovered worlds beyond it. To this day, UFOs are sighted near bases with nuclear arsenals. And in at least 2 documented cases, the code was
Will you pig?
Declassified U.S. government document from former or retired U.S. military personnel confirmed beyond any doubt ongoing UFO occurrences and for about this time.
And so, how do you interact? Use all of the craft tools, information tools that before you this.
Here's the problem. Is generally state like you use all these tools, statements, press and hold down the public's while Serenity fucking wrong. And at the same time, Colin is extremely serious with a fucking gas mask on, very anti-Semitic right now.
You never know what's going to.
You can get in touch with
We
folks.
don't belong in gas chambers.
You say, look, and
This guy's a puppet.
Is he really?
Better than that. Look.
Confounding
I
attempts
asked him in lunch. I didn't know he was up for
The fact that you're fucked up enough, Ellie.
What the fuck did I walk back into? Is that Fu? Is that Fu Man Sanchez?
He's got a lot of nose hair
Rebound,
and one
yeah.
nostril.
crystal from Venus. And it actually had 6 people that witnessed him having this encounter.
November 1952, Desert Center, California.
Let's do this. I'm serious.
Drunkard's first friends. Without change.
Is that
Is he
Jim
a
Morrison?
Is he a puppet too?
Shit, really, Don.
Colin, kiss the puppet.
It wasn't live.
Colin, kiss the puppet.
Real,
I
man.
knew it wasn't real. They're all
Doesn't
puppets.
That's a fucking fedora. That shit fucking hell, goddamn.
Alright.
Hang on.
He was there.
He was. That's a fuck maker. He drank and stupid.
Why?
Back in the day.
Oh, they-
There's no Prius.
I didn't know they had Priuses in 1952. I've never seen this. I have never Prius them.
Puppet. So that one would have fucked.
See,
I saw the UFO. I actually even
I
saw
want that dildo.
There what? Wait, what?
There you go.
Lord.
Slow.
it's an anal
Get
probe.
it,
It's a.
stop.
Oh, and that old.
They came better good.
It's a problem.
Had the
Only slightly irradiated.
Yeah.
It's an extra buzz.
There's that dildo again.
Motherfucker's too serious.
Kin?
like me.
1952, George Adamski claims to have photographed a UFO.
Oh, it's a photograph. I was wondering,
That's
it
a
looked like he
fucking
was sticking a
vagina.
gun to his head.
That is a vagina.
That's a goddamn vagina. That's
Wow. I've
Well,
never seen
it was
one.
the 50s. They didn't know
So
what they
good.
really looked like.
That's because all the hair that was around it.
It could have been a UFO back then. They could have gone close enough to read.
To the story, you immediately felt an urge to believe him.
I totally feel an urge to believe him.
Decades later, it is clear, not only from reports, but also the testimony of
Live.
That was totally live.
They got a puppet on his hand.
live and
Sock puppet.
Any unexplainable or unidentified phenomenon.
There was a policy instituted at that time. In 1953 and in 1954, there were two new
She looks like an
Air Force
alien.
regulations, which in effect that essentially
Total lie.
information that was not
not playing with fucking pedals on it.
No,
conventional
The problem with like this is there's way too much information put in between crazy batshit, fucking crazy bitch like this, where it looks batshit crazy, but the real information gets dismissed because they're commenting on it. That's the fucked up
Okay,
thing.
but like.
That's the premises of breaking the fourth wall.
Here. I thought that he worked with the UFO.
Of course, you know, Hitler. Yeah, why not?
Dude,
Not
I
bring
have
the
a
work
contract
The snow's this high.
Smart, big smart.
this high. If my contract's higher than that, I'm canceling.
Oh, Chris,
All right.
Chris, understand, Chris. When this video gets taken, you know the exact moment it happened.
Yes, yes.
They can say this is national security. You can't have significant investigations. You can write some articles, but do not challenge our business. It's for the name and to ask for
their position on his missionary.
That's
That's why they
This
didn't know
guy
what it
doesn't
was.
read
Pyramid floating away.
It's a pyramid scheme. I knew it.
Multi-level mark.
Hey,
it. About actually wrote like, well,
did you see my paper right there? His quote expired.
Like Geico?
yes, exactly. A phone call. This guy wrote like 15 papers, and everybody ain't true, simply true. MK Ultra.
In all probably, I would.
On every in a 25, you get a 20 deal.
All but motherfucker.
Told you not to take that before we start recording.
the percentage of unknowns down very, very low, but that's
This guy was
He goes back in.
I didn't believe all this conspiracy shit until I had him do.
Is that the jet order?
Traveler?
He knew that. He knew that.
Fan of the show. Thank you for your support.
He knew 5 assholes were gonna sit one day.
Hey!
Was that Lennon?
My father got involved with Project Blue Book and the predecessors.
I will repeat.
There are two theories. One,
This is like the fathers of fucking Oak Island. Okay, before we get into it, here we go. This guy is talking about what his dad knew and shit like that. It's the same bullshit.
Okay, but wait.
is
Wait, hold on. Think of gold that could have been Nick
With all the
friend
history that's it, some happened to have dropped a coin somewhere. But hey, let's
Some fucking took a shit in a silver fucking find it. And true, that's it.
They're never gonna find it because fucking alien got it.
It's
We'll never find it.
Spoiler alert for Oak Island.
the alternative view.
This guy's about to cry.
A respectable astronomer to come in and say,
I've seen Glennon again.
Fair.
His beard.
His
Yeah.
funny shit. That's the
That
problem.
beard and his job is really fucked up.
He looked in every radar.
On account.
Who hasn't?
He's at the end.
Who hasn't had a trim job that's fucked up now?
Just keep itching my.
You have yeah. Fuck, you're not.
No, that's fucking.
There. That guy never loved
Marilyn
it.
Jennings get on. That's
Fucked up.
it looks like it.
Biden's approval.
No.
Hey, he was in Brown.
That he shit brown.
Said he was in the Mickey Mouse.
One Lincoln.
You know, it was dude. Yeah.
Okay,
hang on.
wait. So he's an actor.
Putting no mind in this shit.
Okay.
The Quentin Tarantino movie.
That-
He loved Jackie Brown.
That's what you
The
slip
one next
into.
to him is like Jackie Mason.
Here we go.
To put under
this phenomenon to discredit it.
We have
Now everybody knows we didn't make America the military in 19.
Mexican American.
He understood the numbers. So it was both physical. I think it was
Surprising.
That would be surprising.
Whether or not they learned
It's a lot easier.
point of view that my father said.
Anal, do they receive?
Hell of a game of frisbee.
That was a flying.
Who hasn't put a dog turd on a frisbee, lit it on fire, and put it? That's how you let them know they're a dick.
And I,
If you ever received a frisbee turd on it, somebody's telling you you're a piece.
That's right. He'll revolve in all urge, which is why.
who answered?
Yeah, bro.
I want. Got an answer. Alien probe. When alien gives you an anal probe, do they give you the courtesy of a one?
Yeah, bro.
This answer my question.
I don't think
Before you probe me.
fuck thing is we're at the 25 minute and 20 minutes left. We're an hour and a half. The last 19 minutes is going to be filled bullshit. So all the way up until now, they have these government miles and all this other shit. That's the way most of these shows go. Now we're getting like the real far-reaching.
That's I did.
Yeah. In the mind, but this shit is so fucking bullshit. These people who seriously and they seriously that they've been told and written, it's like there's like 1% of truth out of this. That's the thing. The rest of it is just so much entertainment value. So many people bullshit on Alan's Bays while we're waiting on Trinity on this big guy row.
Like I said, it's a complete waste of my time if I don't get my question answered. Everybody on.
No kidding. Stop and do this.
We can do it.
You got your fedora.
Around unoccupied, non-protein, its assistant thought was atmospheric phenomenon. Extraordinary. 6. Father Gill, with 30 other eyewitnesses, saw a large
Because you all believe religious.
with what he
Why would they automatically go to those instead of like God?
And see, probably about this. Just
Well, because it actually came back. They all fuck up.
It's true.
saw what appeared to be
Did I?
Where's that guy with the puppet? Holy hell, that's
Brilliant job.
was repeated again.
there you. I wasn't sure it wasn't.
Ground control to me.
It be the night.
You're gonna find out what you've been doing.
Different forms.
Right.
and there was this amazingly the whole craft.
I don't know if I'm tripping over my dick, but this motherfucker's.
Yeah, he's my.
Not a guy who did not write a book. He was a man
I
in
always
his
stick
70s,
my
was very not. And I'm looking at it. So why they didn't want to just thoroughly investigate. People do very differently. So I think that was
Down.
And
He was
up there.
I'm off there. I saw an art. So I worked in that. It's a little medic to meet a mountain booty.
Even if UFOs did not post direct dates, the threat could arise from declassified information and public interest.
Those are airplanes. Those aren't UFOs.
No, not at all.
They're not fooling me.
Air Force
Really right through there.
they weren't really do investigation latency person call track the Air Force
We're high.
study of UFOs.
It's legal.
Well,
There you go. It all makes sense now.
They were fine.
All right,
You can't
so
trust anyone.
we only got. I just want everybody to understand that whenever it comes to this shit, like the Air Force and Pentagon and everything, they did everything they could to actually set up press releases on how tidings, and they could never come up with a uniform way to. That's why we continue. Continue to have questions. Nobody has a phone.
Okay, I have answers. Answer.
Moon.
All right.
We would be totally stupid. Well, and there's fucking. Oh, no,
You them are in the universe. Because the system, I can totally simply aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, the universe. Sorry. The universe.
I'll-
We got, we ain't
Circle.
bed now. Get your shit on!
Well, I see him.
We were our fucking trash there.
Split it there.
From Mars and a wife beater.
I'll sit with you for a
Find out-
That ain't a
Actually, it'd be
Grow.
a millipede could be fucking a miss life.
or we'll go over.
That
we're
was
talking
real
a lot of people gonna be shit and flying over
Right.
here. I can't. But yeah, they fuck all and wouldn't notice them at first. And they came to a little space ain't found the spaceship yet, because when they got here, we would repurpose them into the ground.
You'll never.
The world makes sense now.
That is deep thought. That That's the best segment of the show there's ever been.
I think the
In other
funniest.
words, insects aren't fucking real.
I think part of that
What
entire
an
segment.
idiot.
I think the funniest part of that whole entire segment is we're in here laughing at what Don said, and Colin's look face of like deep thought, like he's. I could see that.
Interest in
This bitch is a librarian. I promise you.
Would be 1953, 1950. Two scientist-led symposium to discuss UFOs and write a report and come up with it. That was
What's the real a flying saucer?
But why would it be called a the better? But the thing, I'm not in kindergarten.
You don't
Right, like
want to be.
or in
Just
the
like
parlance of Don Smith's terms, they aren't fucking real.
Not taking my lead.
hey, just like taking your work is done.
Until I see their little tiny space shuttle, fuck them cocksuckers.
Oh, what they are.
But whole time in a fucking
Why am I
In the ship. In the tree.
sort of
the beehive is repurposed?
I'm never looking at a beehive or wasp the same way.
Crashed into the
Wait.
ground and they rebuilt.
So, in aliens, that shot where we're all like eating all the fish is because they're aliens?
No, the
if
fish
you're
were
really
here
can
first.
taste it.
The fish are the only people alive on this planet.
And
You know,
don't forget
the
the
mermaids are
mermaids.
alien fish.
Don Smith said the fish are the only
Hear that?
for the Leo Steve.
Fish are the only people fucking real.
The fuck about it. Here we go.
Debate's over.
Oz was a film. That
That's why I get really sick.
That is a different band. Sort of Mars, you
There's a black infestation on in 2 words.
Carry your-
That's my eyeball.
That was the cord lock.
the fucking is their daughter from the sea.
Oh, really?
Okay, but why?
It's not fucking real. Nothing. Yeah,
So was
that's
this
a fucking artistic rendition. Yeah.
that's like the program thing on one of these new apps nowadays? Like, was this made in the 80s? Because seriously, that shit don't even look realistic at all.
No, it's,
Okay.
I thought he was taking his brush.
sounds like he's talking Shan.
Is that a puppet?
He said that guy's high as hat.
Put your hand. It's beat him.
A little bit. Chase the beam.
It's the baby.
Got a chippy board flick.
limited signs of trauma to the event and the accounting of the event after that. And this is sort of pretty wrap.
Fleeing in the flap.
They call it a free.
That's an Indian dish. I've had
Ah!
Free. Yeah. $100 for a
glamour.
An entering right flap.
Got me on.
That's flappy.
investigate case
I
obviously.
care.
Is any
I look to pick a little wig on.
Right?
this motherfucking cheese.
Well, I wonder if ever going to tell him heaps ago.
9 minutes left.
With those green.
Crazy.
Colin!
Wow. 21.
The Patel Memorial Institute. 3,101 were categorized by the scientists who did study them. 21 were the true modified as anything on this planet. However, 3%. When you say that it's only 3 easily dismissed, 21 and a half deserves further scientific investigation.
You know 100.
We've
You know 100 people.
Yeah.
It's 900 people.
I kind of know Colin, but pretty. I know Colin pretty well.
Have more than 3 or 4 of them actually seen bomb or live in person?
well, during time we have we airfuse fucking probably.
Probably, but everybody. That's right. You have Colin. You say 4 people have seen.
I could say a very few.
Okay, right.
They know pair for
It's
the
very
fucking-
small, and like send people something that was a stealth where they were being test flown. Everybody would think they were.
anything. Oh, if you can't identify it.
The point of this could devolve every half of the people. They saw it out to real, then that is actually true. 3 or 4% of it.
That, one time, come on.
You know, outside of Roswell, the Central Michigan, where our Air Forces were, Philadelphia, there where Don is, in Central Ohio, about where I'm here. Test flown every fucking 1985 before they saw it. So that's where a lot of these things come from.
Okay, that April 20 when they were.
Yeah, okay. They ended up having people and the motherfuckers was and they were done.
That's a tourist trap. Move this shit to Hangar 18 right
Well, you have hangar several in throughout that canals. It's completely proper. Is we consider to be going to be 20 years from now whenever we actually see it. Like years ago, and they were like UFO, and now it's going to devolve.
That's
It depends. Maybe.
Granddaddy's something else. But you know, at the end of the day, like you could look at some of these motherfuckers and be like, okay, so you saw something, but 20 years ago it turns from science fiction to fact. You know, that's the story. That's what the YouTube program was. There was like 30. Everybody thought they saw something until the 1960s that they showed to the American public. Then there was the word. But of these programs, scientific, from what all of this shit, it can be about kids before the action. And I think of all programs. Well,